Who mourns the dirt, the father figures, the rebirth of generational mirrors that mirror the pain, that cut and separate families like scissors. Sperm donors, graduates from left of center, turned the Arab Spring into winter, turned this century into last century, turned the summer of love into the summer of fury. Who mourns the death of mother figures, the rebirth of women's suffrage, shadowy appeals of generational umbrage, egg donors, masters of left and center, the fatherless boy's mentor, turned this century into last century, turned the summer of love into the summer of fury. Who mourns the loss of the family, unborn yet stillborn, from a planned parent, an apparent 50 states stated, aborted like twins that tower, the abuse of power of past and present, presenting, misrepresenting God's design, not once but every time, war crimes in real time, a socially engineered pantomime, the sign of the times, turned this century into last century, turned the summer of love into the summer of fury. Who supervised U.S. illegitimate trade, drug trade, slave trade for the purpose of creating lifelong consumers they made? The same ones who took the Senate, representing their team as if they won the pennant, with a signed contract with America but not Americans, who turned the American dream into low self-esteem, who dropped the drugs and guns in the hood, who told you selling drugs to kids and the elderly was all good, who told you to march on Washington, to profit on the rights of blacks, women, dreamers, and gays, to keep our humanity locked in a maze, for amusement, for our abusement. Yeah, I know abusement is not a word, but it's a word I'll keep because you can't keep yours. So we're straight into the next crooked debate where you'll tell lies to the American people about who controls America when you and I know the oil industry controls America, the drug industry controls America, false media controls America, false flags control America, the NRA controls America, the Federal Reserve controls America, the race narrative controls America. But I guess these are just a sign of the times, to the people you say you represent, to their hopes and dreams you misrepresent, a preemptive strike in the face to keep us bitter and filled with hate, so we dream dreams about race. So you turned this century into last century, turned the summer of love into the summer of fury. Who will champion the rebirth of the American people? Who will restore them to their rightful place, not begging for rights they already have, that man didn't instill, nor can kill, nor bribe with drugs or pills? So as a man, as a woman, how can you turn the other cheek when there are those in power who prey on the weak? Who won't believe a woman when she takes a stand? Who won't believe a man if his skin is darker than tan? Who won't acknowledge your humanity unless you first pay a tax? Who ignores its poor as if they were wax? You turn the other cheek, not because you're weak or meek. You turn the other cheek in order to reach your peak, not as an American, but as a human who has the right to turn the page on this century and write a new story, to turn the summer of love into the summer of glory.